some emergency, but we have been able to tackle it to bring you the program, of course, so we don't miss it. Thank you so much for staying tuned and waiting for the melting point. Alright, so my name is Sharon MANDOR, and I was going to play some clips actually before starting off, but then we've already delayed, so let's just get right into it. Yesterday there was a rally held at the stadium by the governor to appreciate the youths because of the protest that they didn't embark on. The Enquiry youths did not embark on this protest when every other state embarked on the End Bad Governance protest. So he did promise that he was going to appreciate the youths with certain 5,000 jobs. We've had discussions about this in the past, and there were some promises that he made during the rally. He named a number of things that he has involved the youths in, and he said those things are in the past. Now let's talk futuristic terms. What are some of the things that he will be doing for the youths going forward? As I said, I was going to play the sound, but I'm just going to run through them. Now, he mentioned how the youths have to be trained, the youths are going to be trained under IBOM-led. He mentioned that he would soon inaugurate the Enquiry Bureau of Statistics. He mentioned 100 youths per local government will be trained and admitted to the IBOM or added to the IBOM Community Watch. He also added that 200 youths registered under the Dakada Skill Acquisition Center will receive 20,000 naira as transport fare moving forward, and then he will increase the bursary for students from 10 to 20k for undergraduates, and then 10 to 30k for postgraduates and professional students. He also said there will be an employment portal that he has spoken to the Commissioner for Labor and the people in charge of. He said there was going to be a portal that will be open for employment, so all Enquiry youths have to go register on the portal when it is open for registration. Now, when you register on the portal, according to the governor, whatever recruitment they are doing, whether it's civil service, so he also said that he's going to be talking to the people in the oil sector, the oil companies here in Akwa State, that in case they are recruiting, they should not go ahead and post recruitment, or they should just go straight to the portal, pick up the people that are eligible for that role, instead of opening it for 1,000, 3,000 people to come and die, eventually not die, stay, form a long line, and then get hungry at the end of the day and all of that. So it's better for you to get a portal where people that are open for employment can go fill in their details there. So when people are looking for a particular skill, they go to that portal and pick up the people that are eligible. From that same portal, starting next month, 5,000 youths will be given business grants of 50,000 naira, and it will run for 1 year. He also assured that one person cannot get it twice. You would get it just once for 1 year. That you get it every month for 1 year. After your 1 year elapses, you will not get it the next time. Now, from the next exco, he said that they will separate the Ministry of Youth from the Ministry of Sport, because joining the youth and the sport, there hasn't been so much spotlight on the Ministry of Youth, and he wants to separate them. Now, remember that this is not the first time that he has said it. He has said it a number of times, and other times that he has said it, he said that the age limit or the commissioner that he's going to put in charge of the new ministry is going to be nothing more than 50 or nothing older than 40 years. Yesterday he said 45. People are asking questions because the youth age, well, 45. And then again, from the next exco, when? He also mentioned that he has gifted the IBOM Angels a coaster bus and 20 million for making us proud. And then the Enquiry Youth House that he promised during his campaign, where youth groups will be housed, will be done before December. And then lastly, he said each local government will receive 10 million naira each for the youth. So when he sends it out, according to the different local governments will have their different structures, and they'll be able to share it amongst the different youth. So you as a youth in your local government, you are supposed to hold somebody accountable because you are supposed to receive your own money. The different groups that all the different youth groups are going to receive theirs, and they would know how to distribute the money. So these are some of the things that the governor said during the rally yesterday. We have our analyst in the, joining us virtually to help us talk about some of these promises made. He was here when we're talking about, both of us were talking about the 5,000 jobs for youth, or yes, 5,000 jobs for youths, and he said let's wait for the rally. Now the rally is here, and he's here again. Good morning to you, Marvel Joseph Asian. Can you hear us? Hello, Marvel. Yeah, what did you say?
Good morning, Sharon.
Yeah, good morning to you, Marvel.
Yeah.
What?
Could you take a question again?
Yes, I was just welcoming you. I had not thrown in my question. Yeah, Marvel, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right. So, the first question is, were you expecting something different from the whatever all the things that the governor said during the rally, and what can you draw out of that? And he mentioned how 400 youths have been trained under Ibum-led, and after graduation they will be going home with 750,000 naira. Now, some people will say that it will be preferable to actually give them business equipment instead of giving out money all the time, because we had a lot of figures yesterday during the rally.
Yeah, I will put it this way, because I may not get it very clearly, but I know you are referring to the rally of yesterday.
Yes.
And the monetary values that were attached to it in terms of its support to youth of our Bible.
Yes.
Now, when we are looking at this, we want to look at it in terms of what economic value that these things are likely to place on the youth of our private state. So the governor's initiative to appreciate the youth for maintaining peace during the time that people called out for a protest. My own contribution is that the governor is doing well in terms of appreciating the people, because when you look at whatever expenses they have gone into that rally yesterday, you would suppose with what could have happened if there was protest that resulted into riots. Structures in Akwa Ibom State would have damaged, that would have still been using money to replace those things. Now, going back to the training of youth, I see it as part of the initiative of government, as they have been doing in the past. Now, what impact this is going to make on the youth would depend on their trainability, on their understanding of what this is, and utilizing well. Because when you look at the metric, what would really contribute to economic development, you begin to see the contribution of human resources to this thing. Now, if the governor is giving out this money, my concern would be how well trained these people may be to be able to utilize this money effectively if they are not sufficiently trained. But this the initiative of this late program is such that would improve entrepreneurial development in a manner that they can know how to utilize resources that are given put in their hands. Now, my other concern to this was when they mentioned about bursary and two professions were mentioned, that medicine and law.
He also mentioned Marvel. He also mentioned engineering and agriculture.
Okay, I didn't get that, but I only heard medicine and law. But engineering agriculture, that is well and good. But I think another area that should have been added is the ICT development. That's the ICT students. Because that's the future of our country. That's the future of the world. That we should think of developing that aspect. I also heard somebody talk about the ICT center at I think Uyo Village Road. The 310 million cash support. I wish it was put into the ICT infrastructure because part of the things that would impact our economy so much is the development of this infrastructure in the state. So if we put in more money for the development of infrastructure, then we know we are assuring ourselves. On the other hand, the kind of culture we have been building over the years, where people actually expect handout from government over the years, and I think the governor is trying to balance that by doling out this kind of money as handout to people, and also doing other things regarding infrastructure in the area of infrastructure. I think the governor is trying to balance it out. Some months ago, I heard the governor think to use hailing of, how do they put it? Build the youth, build the nation. And the governor said the youth should also think of building themselves. So these are things that we should be thinking of how to change our culture of always expecting government to do out this kind of handout that we see coming up on a daily basis.
So okay, because Marvel, but let me come in there because I wanted to ask you. A lot of people are saying that okay, the government is doing their bit, but then the youths are just sitting and waiting for manna to fall from heaven. Would you say that the government is not giving a breathing ground for businesses to thrive and youths being encouraged to do business, or the youths are just sitting down and waiting for things to happen?
Yes, that's why I refer to what the governor said some months ago about the youth building themselves. Now, when we look at the practice in our state, the culture in our state, maybe Nigeria in general, where people are totally dependent on government and expecting, like you said, manna falling from heaven, in this case, manna falling from government to the people. It's a cultural thing. It's something that we need to work on to change. In a situation where people will take their handwork very seriously and see how to focus on what productive activities they should engage in, rather than just waiting for government to do one thing or the other. So that's why I said the LED program, the LED program, that is an initiative of the governor, is somehow balancing out on this kind of thing of doling out the 310 million naira to the all the 10 million to all the local government areas. So on the other hand, balance taking care of the culture of the people, the places that people are used to, and on the other hand, doing things to see how the economy of the state can grow by this IBOM-led program and other SME programs that he has initiated.
Marvel, I also wanted to ask you, right, and you touched on it before now. People are asking, or people are saying that yes, the governor said he's trained people in agriculture and for people to go into agriculture. Now this is going to benefit the economy in the long run, so that's quite commendable. But people are saying for the age brackets that we're talking about youths, they're more tech, they are more social media, they are more, not any of that agriculture and all of that. Do you think that it would have been a better idea to go into the tech aspect rather than going into agriculture, where not too many youths are so interested, though it's going to benefit the economy eventually?
Sharon, you know that the production when it comes to agriculture, we are talking about food sufficiency. It's incomparable with any other thing. You can grow the economy through ICT and all that, but the basic natural resources that we are having is key 15 and 24. Without any prejudice to this United Nations definition of what youth are, we also hear people talk about youth being, you are young at heart, so you are youth. Even at 60, people still claim to be youth. And they may be correct in their own right, because when you talk about youth, you are talking about the years, the young age, your productivity age. So if you are still very productive at 70, you are still a youth, and that could go for any definition. So I'm not going to go into that, because I'm speaking without prejudice to the ages of people in those brackets, or as maybe defined. People that understand algebraic coefficient will talk about coefficient of age, that you could be 20 years and you are acting like a 50-year-old, or you could be 50-year-old and you are acting like a 18-year-old. So it all goes to say that the target of youth, we should just understand it by people in their productive age, people in young ages that are still productive, that are still growing in their career, and so on. The other aspect I needed to also mention is the area that the governor has approved 3,000 youth to be added to the Community Watch scheme. Now, when you look at that, we've already had, I think, 5,000 if I'm correct. Then he's going to add another 3,000. And it's a good initiative from my perspective, because gradually we may get to have this state police approved at the federal level. So when once the Senate celebrate and sign this state police into practice, then apparently they would have been ready immediately to convert this community watch scheme into police. So we will have our state police made up of these people that are already trained for a smooth takeoff of the state police. So it's highly commendable in that area. This other area about recruiting 200 youths with monthly transfer allowance of 20,000 naira per month is an aspect I say may just be something that we need to think about, because we think about it in two sides. So who are the beneficiaries? Who are going to be the beneficiaries? You see situation where this will be given to maybe stakeholders, House of Assembly members, transition chairman, and all that. And who would they select? Their relatives. And that should be checked to a large extent.
But Marvel, the people getting 20,000 Marvel, the people getting 20,000 naira as transport fare, the people that have enrolled for the Dakota Skill Acquisition Center. So they're not picking random people. And the fare is for you to take from your house to the acquisition center.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the recruitment, the selection of people that are going to be beneficiaries. Even though the skill center, like you mentioned, is the target, the people use are going to come from this skill center. It wasn't very clear to me when I saw that in the news. But for whatever, generally speaking, the recruitment process for the beneficiaries, whether you are talking about the 5,000 or 1,200 beneficiaries of the Bomlet program, or whatever category you may be looking at, I need to emphasize that we should also appeal to the people in leadership to balance out in the selection process of these people, to make it cut across and really reach the people that really need these things, not that you may go and select your cousin, your brother, your friend that may not even really have ambition to grow in this given profession or in this given educational business support system, and put them there to waste time. And again, the transparency of doing this is very, very important to encourage people to have more trust in governance and in the things, in the decisions that government is making in this regard.
All right, Marvel. On one hand, we're talking about cutting costs of governance. On another hand, we are separating the Ministry of Youth and Sport, which is not today, as I said earlier. It's not today we've been hearing about this separation between the Ministry of Youth and the Ministry of Sport. They say they have not really put spot some light on the youth, because a lot of focus is being pushed to the sport, and even when you're talking about sports, it's just one particular sport that we're really talking about. So he said that he's going to not just separate it, but the commissioner will be nothing older than 45. In previous times we've heard 40, and even at that 40 people questioned it, that is that not too old to be a youth commissioner? But now we're hearing 45. What's your take on this?
Yes, we talk about age, and I am saying that there is no universally agreed definition of a young person. So if the commissioner for youth and sport is even 80 years or 90 years old, it wouldn't really matter if it's young at heart to impact the people towards productivity. If we look at the definition of youth to be between the ages of 15 to 35 years old, and we find the readiness of someone below 35 years old to assume the position of leadership of a commissioner or so, then all well and good. After all, in this country, we've had a situation that this country, in the past, we've had a president below 40, a head of state below 40 years old. And of course, we cannot really say this is how it is practiced. And in recent times, we've had a very young person as the governor of a state in Nigeria. His performance, I don't know, it will be left for you to judge what really happened in his state. And when he left power, what his legacy did he leave behind? I don't know whether he's still running from EFCC or not. But the question now is, it's not about the age of the people that are involved. It is about productivity. It is about what you bring to the table. It is about your competency. It's a high time we began to focus on competency, focus on merit. So when things like this are happening, when we are making this selection process, whether it has to do with 1,200 beneficiaries for a led program, whether it has to do with the beneficiaries of 310 million naira to be shared to all the local government areas, whether it has to do with the 200 youth that are going to be given transport money, we should be transparent enough to let us know the criteria, the eligibility criteria for these people, and make it so transparent that people will begin to have trust and confidence in the decisions of government and emphasize more on merit in achieving these goals. If we do this, then we would be able to grow our economy the way we should be growing our economy. Not that we make selection based on nepotism and all those things that do not help the nation to flourish the way we should flourish in this state.
Okay.
The other part to it is that I commend the governor for also paying tribute to the family of the late Commissioner of Police.
Yeah.
And Lent is going to give support that family. It is a highly, it's humane to do so. It shows empathy. It was a very sad thing that we lost the Commissioner of Police the way we did, and I commend the governor for recognizing that. I also want to talk about the float of month grant of 50K to 5,000 youths. And you see the utilization of this 50,000 naira to 5,000 is something that can stimulate the economy. If the beneficiaries know how to utilize this money, if somebody is earning 50,000 naira per month, is getting 50,000 naira per month, and knows how to channel that 50,000 naira, well, whether it has to do with developing, selling groundnut, selling bole, or selling anything that would regenerate that money to make it profitable for the individual, then it will go a long way to help our economy to grow. And if it is an additional income, it could be saved up to achieve something. Our people's consciousness, business consciousness, is what would really help us. So when the government is initiating all this action, it is left for the people to utilize it effectively. So you see, the followership matters a lot. It is not all about leadership. Followership matters a lot. So if a leader, no matter how good a leader may be and is using beautiful programs, if the followership is not getting it right, if the followership is not demanding for what they should be demanding for, if the followership is not doing things right, if the followership are not also using their conscience to lead, then the effort of government, the effort of the leadership of the state may just be wasted. So as we are speaking to the regarding the growth of our state. Overall, I really, really appreciate the governor for coming back to say thank you to Akwa Ibom youth for the followership, for the discipline, for the support they showered on him when he spoke with them about the need for there to be peace in Akwa Ibom State. Since Nigeria does not really know how to define a protest, and when once there is a protest, they change it to a rioting situation, a riotous situation. Now, when this happens, we lose our infrastructure, we go more backward than we should go. I hear arguments in the papers or in the social media of some people saying that Akwa Ibom should have joined in the protest. I think that those people are not really getting it right in terms of understanding where we are standing in Nigeria today. When we understand it from the economics of scale, then we would know that there is no way we can avoid what is happening today in Nigeria in terms of the hardship, in terms of the hunger that we are faced with due to our past mistakes of not channeling resources to the right places that we should have been channeling resources for. So this is a time of recovery. This is a time for us to channel our energy to productive resources, not a time for riots and all that. And for the governor to have spoken with the people of Akwa Ibom State, and they turned out and they supported him and remained peaceful in Akwa Ibom State, it was a very, very good thing. And for the governor to come back to say thank you is also a very, very good thing. And that is how our state will continue to grow in unity, since we have a governor today that recognizes that there is need for us to be united across party lines in Akwa Ibom State.
Okay, so one of the things that actually struck me while he was talking was when he said that he was going to give, they already went round before this time to different MSMEs, and they asked them, what do you want? Generator, sewing machine, whatever it is, and he's going to be giving some of these equipment to these businesses going forward. I'm trying to see the figure. I think 50 businesses or so. I'm trying to get that figure, but I will get it. 500 no, this is 500 youth to be granted 50,000 naira. He was going to give businesses equipment going forward. The number I can't not remember. That was one of the things that actually struck me, because it is not money. Because as I said, we had a lot of figures flying around yesterday. 55,000, 5 million, we had a lot. So this giving equipment to me is a welcome development, if you want to ask me. And for people that ask, how do I now benefit from the government? These are people that you can see that are benefiting from the government. Marvel, let's open the phone lines now, because the time is fast spent, and hear what the listener at home has to say. If you'd like to join the program, join the discussion, then you can call in the phone numbers 0803 085 7755, 0803 085 7755, or 0809 066 6909. Hello, good morning. Okay. Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning and welcome to the program. Welcome.
Yeah, I would really appreciate you. There was a regulation that but what I would suggest, because you know how that they are doing issues from a private state, and even something about that rancor and process, people may not understand. So I want to suggest that the bank account of the issue, because their name, number, and their ABN should also be got, so that anybody that is beneficiary to this particular thing will not, be selected in due course. And if the handlers of this development will be safe to themselves, I think they can do it and make it so that nobody's better or nobody's worse off. People are complaining or choosing your words, choosing your relations and all that. I think they can overcome this now and just going to the bank and making sure that once you are given, next time none of them will be beneficiary. So if they can stick to that, it will be a very welcome.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Oh, okay, yeah, you have to pick another call. Hello, good morning. Good morning, welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from? All right, what's your take? Waiting there. Well, hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program. All right, go on. What's your take? Shoot. Network. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Kufre. I'm calling from Enquiry.
All right, talk to us.
Okay. First, I need to thank the state government for the support to the youth. I am really, really happy. And secondly, I want to say this empowerment program that is going on. It's just that once you finish it, and when some people are hearing, are being getting aware of the program.
Mm.
Now, to me alone, I know I'm a kind of 29 years old. I know how I've been empowering the youth
Mm.
personally on my own. I deal on mobile repairs and maintenance,
Mm.
and I've been empowering. Most times I call lots of people, I train them. I just make sure that I train them most times. 1 year interval. As I speak to you, I've trained like 10 people, 10 students, and they are doing very well on their own. Though I'm a student lecturer in a metropolitan college, and I'm trying my best. I wish I have been empowered. I've been doing more than this.
All right.
Personally, I started very small, but now I am trying and struggling on my own. But this has not gotten me. I've not gotten this empowerment. But I wish I have this empowerment. I know I would have done more. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your empowerment too. Apostle, good morning once again.
Good morning, my sister. Join me once again.
Welcome back.
I hear the man that spoke to you
Mm.
minutes ago.
Mm.
Very, very beautiful. And one opinion I have about it. Everybody needs to watch that video so that I can get it up for us. But the governor of our state, he has done a lot. He's a good job. The government to do what he's doing.
Mm.
Yes. They're giving the youth opportunity and creating an awareness for them to become, yes, it's a welcome one.
Mm.
And whatever the governor is doing for the people to be beneficial, the beneficial are they going to get this where other campus and Kaban are there. Sometimes they may not select those who are supposed to be selected.
Mm.
Just as I am a pastor, yes, and it doesn't tell me not to be benefit from the government of the day. Understanding.
All right.
Other people take understanding. And Americans used to come in the community. Sometimes they say they are men of God who don't belong to. Okay, after that, you spoke to the guy, spoke something about their drugs. He said, I'm going to stay should not wait. Sometimes their drugs will come to right out. Let me remember them something telling me to speak my mind.
Mm.
If that answers project, we take it first week, nothing happened. Second week, nothing happened. Third week, it was when they kill people and make it to the that on those children that kill Nigeria is also country. They saw the that when people don't.
All right, Apostle, thank you. We have to pick more calls. Thank you. Yeah, we do.
We don't have the right for we don't have the right.
Mm. No, he never said we don't have the rights. That's not what he said.
Okay.
Mm.
Not that I will do project and you don't do handle. Understand?
Th- Thank you very much, Apostle. Hello, good morning. All right, we actually lost that call. Let's take a call from Kevin. Good morning to you, Kevin.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome.
I want to speak on the governor empowerment. I think that the one I'm going to get that, but I need to know what the total number of the community when you talk about the empowerment. And number two, what are the sharing formula? What you have to do before you have the money, because you have to vote. Second thing, if you have part of the
much. Hello, good morning. Alright, we lost that call. We'll do all the callers back. We're streaming live on Facebook. The handle is Memories965FM and our WhatsApp number is 0809 066 6909. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Once again,
Welcome back, Professor.
yes, this is from money. I want to say want to speak about the government empowerment for the youth. I want to say, I hope it should be permanent, like it should be done like up to a year, not the contemporary basis, like the first one they did a bulk purchase. Because that one I haven't heard of bulk purchase again in Akwa Ibom State. If they are still doing it, because I haven't heard of it again. I want to say let it to be the government empowerment should benefit all the Akwa Ibom youths. Let it not be for a selected few. Because the governor is the governor of Akwa Ibom State, not the governor of individuals. It should benefit the people of all the youths in Akwa Ibom State. Whether the youth supported the governor or not. Because the governor is the governor for all, not the few.
All right.
I think it should be batch by batch. No selected youth. But as for the commissioner for youth, I want to say when the governor is doing his reshuffling his cabinet, the governor for particularly for the youth ministry should be a youth. Someone that is above 45 manning the ministry. And sometimes the person that is manning the ministry of youth is above 50, 60.
All right, Professor.
When next is reshuffling his cabinet, you should appoint someone that is at least 40.
All right.
And below 40.
Professor, thank you.
Commissioner for youth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Marvel, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Did you hear any of the callers' concerns?
I couldn't hear, unfortunately, I couldn't hear.
All right, so I run through them.
I was getting on the conversation. I only heard you commenting, like, we didn't protest right.
Yeah, so I'm just going to run through some of them quickly. Some people complained or aired their concerns, let me not say complain, about the transparency of some of the monies that will be given out, which is like the usual concern for citizens. Another person also pointed out that it's just so we don't have to give out monies to the same people over and over again. Why don't we get the NINs and the bank accounts of the people that we're giving out monies to, and we know that we don't have to credit this particular account again. Anything that has to do with the details of this particular person or this particular account, we've thrashed it. We're not going to be giving out monies to that account. Then some people also called out the protest. You heard me talk about the protest, that Akwa Ibom State could have joined in the protest, maybe would have gotten our voices heard. And then basically it was transparency and taking accountability and making sure that these monies get to the right people and not just giving it to political youths. First off, the last caller mentioned the youth age. The commissioner, the new commissioner with the new EXCO, the new commissioner's age getting to 45. He said that he would prefer it to be anything lower than 40 years. So let's get your reaction to this call. So before we call it a wrap.
Yeah, my own reaction to what they do. For the people that talk about transparency, of course I agree with them completely, and that's what we've been discussing about making it transparent, because you may be doing the right thing, but you don't appear to be transparent in what you are doing. And that would create doubt in the minds of the people. And once that happens, it means that the confidence, the sense of belonging of citizens and all that would be affected. Now, to the issue of the protest happening in Akwa Ibom State. we've defined what a protest means. A protest is never a violent action.
Mm.
Protest is always very peaceful. Protest is something you just register what you want or what you feel or what your grievances may be. When once you register those grievances, you make it public, you make it known to the right quarters, then we expect feedback or results. But in Nigeria, what we always see is that when one protest is called, you find people rioting, you find people damaging government properties, you find people harassing fellow citizens and sometimes stealing from people's shops. Those criminal activities is what we stand against and what most Nigerians stand against. So it is about coordination. And the governor knew that if we allow this protest, it may get into wrong hands and there may be a riotous situation, and appeal to the youth, and the youth listened to the governor. And that took care of the situation as it stood, and today, yesterday, the governor came back to appreciate the people. Then talking about the age of the commissioner, like I've already said,
Marvel, wrap up, we're out of time.
Through definition of the age of the commissioner, the age is something.
Well, you know, some people might have just been expecting that the governor will say something about fuel price yesterday, but he didn't. All right, thank you very much, Marvel, for your time, and thank you so much for listening. We've come to the end.